You called. Speak, then.
Mages aren't as dangerous as you say.
Clearly your chantry agrees.
Well, I mean, not all mages turn to blood magic.
My people have a tale. An Ashkari walked among the fields once, observing the laborers at work. Flax bloomed all around him, the color of still water. The air rippled like a curtain. As he stopped to examine a blossom, a bee stung him on the hand. The Ashkari turned to a laborer for aid and noticed for the first time the heavy gloves and coat she wore. As she tended to him, the Ashkari asked them why she was dressed so in such stifling heat. To avoid your fate, she replied. But there are many thousands of bees here, the Ashkari said to her, and only one stung me. Surely your caution is unwarranted. The stinger is always a surprise, agreed the laborer. But so is the bee that simply passes one by.
That's more words than I've ever heard you speak before.
I've been saving them up. We should not linger here.
Alright, let's go.
As you wish.
You look so tired, my dear. It is all this constant walking and fighting. I think I know what you need.
Oh, this I have to hear.
My thought is this. We retire to your tent and I show you the sort of massage skills that one only learns growing up in an Antivan whorehouse.
My god. Are you suggesting what I think you are?
If you mean to ask whether or not there might be more than a massage involved, allow me simply to say that you won't be disappointed with any of the techniques I've picked up over the years.
I don't know.
What is there to fear, my Grey Warden? You deserve a little fun, do you not? If you're not of a mind, however, it is no tragedy.
Oh my, let's see. Just not here, not now?
Well, you can't blame a man for trying, can you? Never fear. Another time will always present itself.
So, let me ask you something. A personal question.
Okay, what kind of personal question?
I'm wondering about, well, about Zevran, really. It seems like the two of you have become quite friendly.
We're in love. God, no. We flirt. Okay, what do you ask? Why are you asking? You aren't jealous, are you?
No. I'm not jealous. I'm just curious. Maybe it's inappropriate of me to ask, but what are your intentions towards him? Is it very serious? If you'll tell me, that is.
No. Just, he's fun to hang around with. I just enjoy Zevran's company.
I was under the impression that the two of you were romantically involved. I would have said something sooner, but I didn't know how to put it without sounding, you know, jealous. So, now that I've got that off my chest, let me ask something else. Do you have any feelings towards me?
Aww. You tell me first. She would totally say that. You tell me first.
I know it might sound strange, considering we haven't known each other for very long, but I've come to care for you a great deal. I think maybe it's because we've gone through so much together. I don't know. Or maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Am I? Fooling myself? Or do you think you might ever feel the same way about me?
Huh. I think... Oh, I'm afraid. Okay, one time I did this, and I like joking with Alistair. So I said, more joking, you're a very funny man. And it took all the approval away, and he was back to neutral. So we're not going that route. But what about, I don't know, it's too soon to say? I have to decide now, don't I? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So I fooled you, did I? Good to know.
Oh, sorry, Zev.
That wasn't too soon, was it?
No, not really. I liked it.
Good. I'll take that as a good sign. What about Zevran? I don't like the idea of leading him on.
You're not leading him on.
You know what I mean. Either you're with him, or you're with me.
Can I be with both of you? Seriously? No. This is so uncomfortable. I couldn't imagine doing this in real life. Not that I'd ever have to worry about something like that. Let's see. Well, that's... yeah. Okay, we're gonna choose Alistair.
Thank you. I am a lucky man, don't I know it? Now, let's get back to what we were up to before, lest I forget why we're here.
Oh, okay. Should we go talk to Zevran now? Because... why do I... Okay, I really get too into this because I feel like I'm in trouble in real life. Okay, let's see if he says anything.
I take it you have found another more compatible with your tastes?
Oh.
No, there is no need to deny it. I do not mind. Such is how it goes, yes?
Sorry.
Ah, don't be, my sweet lady. I never asked you for anything, did I? So I am forced to ask, if we are not to be lovers, are we at least to be friends?
Of course.
Good. Nothing would please me more. Some friendships are worth pursuing.
They are. Oh. Okay. Okay, that was easier than I thought.
Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
Let's see. I know they soared through the skies on griffins.
Griffins. Alas, that seems to be the only thing people remember from the tales. The mighty flying mounts that bore the Grey Wardens into battle.
Well, I mean, I wish I had a griffin.
Unfortunately, they've all passed back into the Maker's hand. So that wish will have to go unfulfilled. It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago.
Does the story have griffins in it?
Maker's mercy, it's like talking to a child.
So does it have griffins in it or not?
Yes, there are griffins in this story.
Okay, cool.
The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums, and stood before the armies of men.
Griffins?
Yes, griffins. Now listen to the rest of the story. The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the archdemon was dead, and the last darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back, and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled.
I like happy endings. This story isn't about a specific battle, is it?
You are observant. This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden. You're quite taken with each other, aren't you?
Yes, quite.
I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going. Alistair is a fine lad, skilled in battle, but quite inexperienced when it comes to affairs of the heart. I would hate to see him get hurt.
Well, what about me? We're just taking it one day at a time.
You are both Grey Wardens, and he is the son of a king. You have responsibilities which supersede your personal desires.
Yeah, but, I'm a human being with emotions, not just a Grey Warden.
Love is ultimately selfish. It demands that one be devoted to a single person who may fully occupy one's mind and heart to the exclusion of all else. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do?
I don't want to have to make that choice.
Nothing is certain. Not in these times. You cannot take anything for granted. I want you to be aware of this.
All right. I'll consider what you said.
I am just trying to minimize the suffering that may come to either of you. I have given my advice. Do with it what you will.
Your desire is my command.
What's that look for? I have some questions.
Of course.
So, have I not talked to him about any of this stuff? Wow, okay. So what changes about you after the joining?
You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden?
Yeah, I mean, what changes physically?
You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, "You'll see."
He wouldn't tell you?
Oh, it's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret. It's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving. I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears.
I haven't felt anything like that.
Really? Because I was watching you wolf down food the other day, and I thought, ooh, it's a good thing she gets a lot of exercise.
What can I say? I'm a growing girl.
I'll say. I didn't mean it like that. No, don't hit me. I bruise easily. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. Duncan said it was part of how we sense the Darkspawn. We tap into their, well, I don't know what you'd call it, their group mind. And when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard. It's supposed to be worse for those who join during a blight. How is it for you?
Nightmares. Yes, I know what you mean.
Some people never have much trouble, but that's rare. Others have trouble sleeping their entire life. They're just more sensitive, I suppose. Everyone ends up the same, though. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's how a Grey Warden knows his time has come.
His time has come?
Oh, that's right. We never had time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, You don't need to worry about dying from old age. You've got 30 years to live, give or take. The taint, it's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition.
Ugh, how cheery.
And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. And there you have it.
Well, I understand.
You know, Duncan, he started having the nightmares again. He told me that in private. He said it wouldn't be long before he'd go to Orzammar himself. I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something worthy of him.
Yeah. He will be remembered, Alistair, as will the others.
I know. Ending the Blight should make this all worthwhile, right?
Right.
I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your thoughts about some of our traveling companions. Do you mind if I ask?
Time for the juicy gossip, I take it?
I've got this nefarious plan to go around to each of them and secretly tell them all the nasty things you said. That way they'll mutiny and I shall become the group leader.
Let's see. If you want to lead, all you have to do is ask.
What? Lead? Me? No, 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 no leading. Bad things happen when I lead. We get lost, people die, and the next thing you know I'm stranded somewhere, without any pants. Seriously though, I'm only curious. I've had enough time to form my own opinions, and I just want to see if yours are any different.
Okay. Only if you tell me your opinion as well.
Just try and stop me. Let's see, where should I begin? Zevran, the elf. You can't trust him, can you? Do you believe his so-called vow?
Yes, I actually do. Why? Are you jealous?
Maybe a little. That doesn't stop the question from being relevant.
Yes, I believe him.
Really? Why? That's a lot of trust to put in someone who tried to kill you.
I don't think he'll try again.
That's very trusting of you. I guess you must have your reasons. What about Sten? The way he looks at me with those eyes. Creepy. And he's so quiet for someone so big.
Oh, get him talking about mages. He really opens up and chats a lot. Let's see. There's no reason to be frightened of Sten.
I know. The more I talk to him, the more it seems like his philosophy is not so vile as the Chantry describes it. It's an odd thing to think, and yet, he killed all those people. He doesn't even deny it. Doesn't that bother you?
Well, yeah, but we're all killers.
I don't know if I like the sound of that, but I guess I take your meaning.
Yeah.
What about Liliana? Is she crazy? Or do you really believe in her vision?
I believe that she believes in her vision. And it could be true. Who's to say it isn't?
Maybe you're right. It's not as if she could have known that we needed help so desperately after all. Yet, there she was. I don't know what to make of her. If you look at her when she doesn't see you, she just looks so sad. I almost feel guilty taking her away from her life.
Well, it was her choice.
Yes, I know. Still, I feel badly for her. Morrigan, do you trust her? Think about it. Maybe Flemeth sent her with us for some other reason than she said.
You really don't like each other, do you?
Well, aside from the fact that she's a complete and utter bitch, no, I don't like her at all. Why, do you?
Well, I like her just fine, so far.
Great. I am thrilled beyond words. No, really. Enough. I think my curiosity is sated. Let's get back to it, shall we? Something you need, my dear?
Questions?
Of course.
So, why did you keep your birthright a secret?
You never asked?
Really? That's a cheap answer.
All right. If you want the full explanation, I'll give it to you. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then, after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
Well, how about, by the way, I'm the heir to the throne.
Yes, well, I suppose part of me kind of liked you not knowing.
Why? What happens when people find out?
They treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
Well, why don't you want to be king?
Hello? Have you met me? I'm no leader of men. I don't want to be the person sitting on the throne and making decisions that affect the lives of others. It just isn't me. I guess I should be thankful that Arl Eamon is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's all right. Oh, I hope he's all right. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I guess I was just hoping that you would like me for who I am. It was a dumb thing to do.
Apology accepted.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
I see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is.
Well, I think they're so pretty.
They are, aren't they? I so adore them. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
I like the purple ones, actually, Shale.
Oh.
What's with the heavy sighs?
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
Well, glad to know you care at least.
It's true. One single tear, and then it's off to the north, I think. Or maybe west. I haven't decided. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert.
Let me give Shale a gift. I have one for her. And Shale is a female. Yep. Let's see. What is it? It is a remarkable greenstone.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, I know, right? Talk to Shale one more time, and then we'll end this camp chat.
Oh.
I would have expected golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, Master, I exist to serve the Master. I shall kill for the Master and only for the Master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
Are they dirty limericks?
Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
I have no idea what golems sound like, actually.
I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will.
True.
This is a good thing.
Yes, it is. I agree. It's an experience. I'll give it that.
So is being drawn and quartered. Maybe I'm not the only one with a smart mouth. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
So we have another Sten on our hands, basically. Alright, that's going to be it for this camp chat. And see you next time, and thanks for watching.